Hello, fourth grade, and welcome to lesson 5-3. In this lesson, we're going to work on estimating quotients for greater dividends. So we're going to be working with larger numbers, and we're going to be using the strategies that we've learned in previous lessons and chapters to help us estimate the quotient or the answer to those division problems. Let's go ahead and watch our short video lesson and then jump into our notes and our guided practice together.
How do you estimate quotients using place value? On a Clean Up Your Town Day, 1,320 people volunteered to clean up the Springville parks. They were divided equally into teams to work in each of the town's parks. About how many people were on each team? What operation is needed to solve this problem? Why?
Select your answer.
So for this question, they're asking us how many people need to go into these equal groups, these equal teams to help clean up. So if they gave us a total number and we know we're going to be splitting them into equal groups, that means we're going to be dividing. We're taking our whole number and we're breaking it into smaller chunks.
Since a whole is being separated into equal groups, division is the needed operation. The 1,320 people need to be divided into 6 equal groups. Does the answer have to be exact? How do you know? The problem asks about how many are on each team, so an estimate is all that is needed. Use multiplication patterns and division facts to solve. Multiplication and division are related. Mentally multiplying by tens or hundreds can help you estimate the quotient of a multi-digit division problem. First, use multiplication patterns to estimate. Ask yourself, 6 times what number is about 1,320? You know 6 times 2 equals 12, so 6 times 20 equals 120, and 6 times 200 equals 1,200. 1,200 is close enough to 1,320 for this estimate. Another way is to use division facts and place value patterns to find compatible numbers. Estimate the quotient 1,320 divided by 6. You know 12 divided by 6 equals 2, so 120 divided by 6 equals 20, and 1,200 divided by 6 equals 200. 1,320 divided by 6 is about 200. Each team is made up of about 200 people. Would the exact answer be more or less than 200? Tell how you decided.
Select your answer.
Now for this portion of the question, you need to stop and think. Did you make your number bigger by estimating up, by rounding up, by using a compatible number that's higher, or did you make it less? Now, if you made it less, that means your real answer is going to be more than your estimate. But if you had made your answer more, or you had made your, you had changed your numbers, in this case, your dividend, your 1,320, if you took it up to a higher number, then your quotient would be less. What we did was we took 1,320 and we took it down to 1,200. So that means our real answer is going to be greater than whatever our estimate is, which means the real number of people on those teams is going to be more than 200 per team.
The answer would be more than 200 because 1,200 is less than 1,320. Now you know how to estimate quotients using multiplication patterns and division facts.
All right, let's go ahead and take a look at our notes and then our guided practice questions. We have our lesson title 5-3, Mental Math, Estimate Quotients for Greater Dividends. Remember, the dividend is your whole number. It's the number you're starting with. Use the same strategies to estimate quotients for greater numbers that you would use to estimate for smaller numbers. So use your known multiplication facts, look for patterns, and use compatible numbers or rounding. Now remember, multiplication and division are related. They are inverses or opposites of each other. So you can use your basic facts to help you solve larger equations. Now, if I have, for example, 508 divided by 7, and I wanted to estimate the quotient. So I have to think of, I'm going to think of my related multiplication facts. So 7 times what is going to get me close there? If I know 7 times 7 is 49, so 7 times 70 is 490. 490 is close to 508. So I can say that my quotient for 508 divided by 7 is about 70. Now, if I'm working with an even larger number that's out in the thousands, 5,582 divided by 7, and I want to estimate, I want to find an answer that's close to my real answer. So here I'm going to use compatible numbers. I'm going to change that 5,582 to 5,600 because I know 56 is going to be a multiple of 7. So 7 times 8 gives me 56. 7 times 8 groups of 100 will give me 56 groups of 100, or 5,600. So when you are estimating, you can either use your known multiplication facts to help you, you can use compatible numbers to help you, and remember those facts are related. Now let's go ahead and take a look at your guided practice questions. Does when estimating 1,320 divided by 6, why is rounding not a good strategy? Now remember, with rounding, we have to follow very specific rules. If the number that we're using to decide which way we round is 4 or less, then our number rounds down. If the number that we're looking at is 5 or greater, it tells us that that digit needs to round up. Now, the problem with rounding in this particular question is if you're going to round to the thousands, you'll round it up, or you're going to round to the thousands, you're going to round it down to 1,000. If you're going to round it to the nearest 10, to the nearest 100, you're going to look at that number in the tens place, and that's going to round to 1,300. The problem here is 1,000 and 1,300 are both numbers you can round to, but neither one of those numbers are going to be easy to divide using mental math when you're dividing by 6, because 1,000 doesn't divide by 6 evenly, and 1,300 doesn't divide by 6 easily. That's why for this question, we used compatible numbers and used 1,200, which doesn't follow the rounding rules. Our next question asks, when dividing a 4-digit number by a 1-digit number, how many digits can the quotient or the answer have? So your number or your quotient can either have 3 or 4 digits in it. And I gave you examples to show you. So if I had 4,000, so that's a 4-digit number, divided by 2, which is a 1-digit number, my answer over here is going to be 2,000. So this still has 4 digits in it. But if I have something like 1,500 divided by 3, my answer is going to be 500, and this only has 3 digits in it. It's not going to have anything less because we would have to divide by more digits to have fewer place values in the quotient. And it definitely can't be more because when we're dividing, our number is getting smaller, not bigger. Now, for numbers 3 all the way to number 8, they asked us to find an estimated answer and to say how we solved it. So they wanted to estimate 3,340 divided by 8. So I changed my 3,340 to 3,200. I used that compatible number because I know 32 is a multiple of 8. So if I have 32 divided by 8, that's going to give me 4. So 3,200 divided by 8 gives me 400. So I know that 3,340 divided by 8 is about 400. For number 4, the numbers I'm working with are 2,943 divided by 7. So I change that 2,943 to 2,800 because I know 28 is a multiple of 7. 28 divided by 7 is 4. 4 times 7 is 28. So 2,800 divided by 7 is 400, which tells me 2,943 divided by 7 is going to be about 400. For 552 divided by 9, I change that 552 to 540 because I know 54 is a multiple of 9. 9 times 6 is 54, which means 54 divided by 9 equals 6, and 540 divided by 9 equals 60. So that tells me that 552 divided by 9 is going to be about 60. For number 6, we have 776 divided by 4. I'm going to change or round up to the nearest hundred, make that 776 into 800, and then I'm going to divide that by 4. And I'm going to use my basic fact. So I know 8 divided by 4 is 2, so 800 divided by 4 is 200. 776 divided by 4 is about 200. 2013 divided by 5. I'm going to round that 2013 down to 2000. So I'm rounding to the nearest thousands place. And I'm going to divide that by 5. 2,000 divided by 5, I'm going to use my basic fact of 20 divided by 5, which equals 4. So 2,000 divided by 5 is 400. That tells me that 2013 divided by 5 is about 400. And for our last one, 281 divided by 3, I'm going to use compatible numbers and change that 281 to 270 because I know 27 is a multiple of 3. 3 times 9 is 27, so 3 times 90 is 270, which tells me that 270 divided by 3 is 90. So 281 divided by 3 is about 90. So again, for this lesson, all we're doing is using strategies we've already learned, applying it to new situations, applying it to bigger numbers, using everything that we know about place value, all the different techniques that we learned to help us use our basic facts so that we're able to solve equations and problems with larger numbers. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I hope you have an amazing day. Take care, 4th grade. Bye-bye.